What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. I hope everybody's having a great day. All right, guys, going back to Mars again. This time, I'm going to show you some objects that appear to be mountains, but are they? Now, I've said in the past that a lot of these things that appear to be buttes appear more like structures than something natural, right? This photo is no different. Let me show you what I'm talking about. And I'll give you the link. As always, you guys can get that. All right, so right here you can see Mars Curiosity rover and its Sol 2462 right navigation cameras. And of course, you can download it here. Again, a JPEG, not the best photo, but you can make it better if you just blow the photo up, right? This image was taken by Navcam Right B on board NASA's Mars rover Curiosity on a Sol 2462. And you can see it's 7th month or July 10th, 2019. Now, of course, the image credit goes to NASA, JPL, and Caltech. All right, so let's go ahead and click on the download. Here it is. Now, let's just zoom in real quick because I want you guys to see this. This is before I do anything or even take it into Photoshop. There's a couple things that you'll notice, some things not so much. What I find interesting is that right here on the top of this so-called mountain, look at this right here. You can see what looks like these almost darker squares or rectangles. See this right here? There's like a nice 90-degree angle right there. Let me go ahead and zoom into this a little bit better for you guys. Right here, you can almost see a 90-degree angle right here on the left-hand side. There's what looks like another darker area, but pay close attention. You can see what looks like a line. It's almost like when you look at a car and it's got a curvature to the window. It's like darker at the bottom and more shiny at the top. And you can see this nice edge right here. If you look at it closely, you can see it right there. Top of it's over here and comes back down and goes like this here, right? And again, we've got these rectangular items, but you're going to see there's something right here. There's like a line going down like this, almost like a Y-shaped line in the front or on the side of this thing, whatever it may be. And you can see some other things right here, bottom. Now, over here, there's something else that's pretty cool. It all looks mechanical, and I'm going to show you that real quick. Now, if you keep going, I don't know if you guys can notice anything in this area. Most people will not see it. Look for lines, not so much what you're seeing as a texture, okay? Right here. There's something that looks like a top of something buried in this sand, dirt, whatever it may be, right? Over here, it almost looks like the front end of a ship, and I'm going to explain to you what I'm talking about, because at first I seen this and I saw these spaces. See, there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then it pretty much stops, and that's all you see. It's what's in here, and you can see this curvature right here going like this, and there's other weird-looking details in this. This just says, it screams that it's not natural, right? So I'm going to show you that as well. Let's back out of this. Now I'm going to take it right to Photoshop. Here we are right here. I did actually blow the photo up so we can have a better look at this. Now check this out. Like I said, right here, see if I can do this straight because this thing's going to try to wander on me here. Goes across and then back down. Here, almost a 90-degree angle, going like this. And of course, the front of it slopes down. Here. Here. Now, even though that looks jagged, I want to show you guys something. I'm going to do this real quick, and I'm going to show you guys something. There's actually a line going down like this. I don't know if you guys can see that. And then I'm going to lift all of these lines again, so you guys can have a better look, and you can check out with your magnifying glasses. It's something along that, but I think it's bigger than this here. Okay. This object right here. Again, I'm doing nothing to this photo first. I want you guys to see the lines for yourself. And again, you guys can pause this wherever you like. So this way you can have a look at it. Now, right here, you got this object. Appears to be doing this. Well, it kind of dove down on me, but let's do this. What I find interesting is something that's doing this. Going like this. And it has more of an octagon. It has like more kind of like cornered features as opposed to rounded. You got this object right here. On the object, but this is actual details in this object. So this whole area right here is all solid, or at least it appears to be. Now, there are many things in here you're going to see right here. It's kind of ghosted out. Well, I actually did this. Let me do it this way. Let me go down a little further because you can see the tip of this thing right here. Again, have a look at this thing. You can see where it goes right down to the end here. Look at the shape. Not so much the texture, the shape. Now, you guys see this object right here? Now, at first, to be truthful with you guys, I never saw this thing in a million years. I just kind of glanced over it and didn't think nothing of it. But as I looked at it more and more, you can see the lines to this thing. And again, I'm not going to do anything to this. There's more features in this, and you'll see this in a second. right? It appears this thing goes like this. And, of course, it's hard to tell because it's kind of buried up along the side of this hillside, right? Supposed hillside. Goes like this. Look at the very fine line right. See, I get as close as I can to it. Right there is the back of this thing. Goes like this. Okay? You can see there's other small objects. It almost looks like a rooftop to some kind of vehicle. It could also be a giant structure buried in there. Now, you guys are going to see this a whole lot clearer in a minute. Now, let's jump over to this other supposed hillside or mountainous area. And again, we can see this thing going up, going across. And of course, it keeps going. Okay. I'm not even concerned about anything on the side here. I don't care. What I'm concerned about is what I find here, the smaller objects, and what looks like this weird, I don't know if you guys can even see this yet. Right here, there's a line coming down. It appears to go down like this, over. You can see the line doing this. There's another piece that appears to be standing up on the side of it, going like this, but there's something raised right here in the middle, and you can see it like the darker side to it, right there. Now, also take note of this. This goes like this, comes back down. Looks like this pot here is raised. You can see it's really, really shiny. It's kind of hard to see that. But then there's another pot that does this. Goes straight up on the back. So in other words, my point is there's a lot of features in here that are not natural. Okay. Let's start getting into, before I do that, I was going to say let's get into the enhancements. Let me do this. Let me go back. I'm going to let you guys see this up close. And, of course, you can pause it anywhere you like. First, I'm going to show this hillside. Okay. The other thing I want you guys to take note of is right here. You can see a line coming down. Another one that looks like it's kind of doing this, but there's another line right there. So, in other words, there's like these small separations, if you will, in these areas. Okay. Let me get rid of that so you guys can see this. Okay. I'm just going to back out just a hair bit. I'm going to do it this way instead of taking bigger steps back. Okay. This object here, right there. Pause it where you like. And again, you're going to see these other objects down in the bottom here, right here. You can actually see something standing up right here. See this right here? Let me see if I can do it this way. Right here. Before I forget to do this. Right here. Doesn't appear to be anything yet, but right there. Looks like there's something small right there. Kind of sticking up, but you got this object that's doing this. And there's something actually smaller coming out of it. Jump over to here. Again, the lines are everything. Slide it on over. To me, guys, this is nothing more than a debris field. That's what I see. All right. First thing we're going to do is we're going to hit step 1. And I'm going to show you this. Watch this. All right. So now all we do is just darken the areas that are here. That's all we did to this. Didn't do anything else. Now, look at where I've gotten these darker spots up in here. Now I'm going to just go back to the original. I haven't done really anything to it. I'm just bringing out the lines. Lines, there's one right here too. Okay. And there's, again, it's got this weird little Y-shaped line right there. Do you guys see that? It's very, very faint, but it's there. Or just use a burn tool. You can just sit there and go back and forth. And anything that's dark has a darker signature, it's just going to pop. That's all it's going to do. Okay? All right. That right there, to me, is no mountain. And I've been saying this for years, guys. I've been doing everything about Mount Sharp and everything. They're right there at the base of it, and I think that's what they're looking at. I think they're looking at what happened to this planet, meaning a catastrophe totally ruined what's on this planet. This object, again. Okay? These objects, the way this thing is shaped, again, like this, comes back down, has what looks like this piece going like this here, and you only see the very back of this, right? Coming down, goes like this. Look at the way this thing is shaped. There's a little black dot right there, and there's another one right here. You can see that pretty darn well without me doing it. Actually, this one's elongated. I put a circle. It's actually a little rectangular area, and this one's rounded. See that? So, again, this doesn't look like a natural hillside. All right. Let's jump over to here. Now this part I didn't do yet. I'm going to show you that right now. Okay. This is the lines. Now I'm going to jockey back and forth so you guys can see this yourselves. I'm going to move in just a little bit. Of course, we're really going to stop making this thing fuzzy because now, see it? The lines are there. All we're doing is bringing them out more. That's all we're doing. Okay. To me, that looks like a frame or a top of something or some kind of structure or whatever it is buried in the hillside. What do you guys think? Now, I'm going to jump over to this. This actually blew my mind pretty cool. This is just neat. Right here. Okay? And you can see this right here. I've said this about this object right here. Or multiple objects. We can't really tell, right? That's the original. Watch the lines. They are, in fact, this one here. This all the way around this thing. With the center with this here. And you can see it's got the... I know it's kind of the same color, guys. I get that. Look at this. Looks like it does this. It almost looks like the front of a ship. Right? And it's got all of this stuff on the side. This is debris, guys. This is whatever happened here. There's a multi-structured area, whatever this thing may be. Take note of this stuff here, too. This is cool. You can see something that's doing this right here. Appears to have something around the top of it. There's another section down here that goes just underneath it. And there's another section here that does the same. Only it looks like it does this, and there's something dark right here. And you can see it coming out. You see that? Pretty cool stuff here. Now, it's not the clearest photo, and I get that. But again, these things are not supposed to be seen. This is what we're supposed to be seeing right here with a lack of any dark areas. This is the whole idea of this. Okay. Let me jump back out of that. I'm going to bring that up a little bit more. Okay. Now, just darken it up a little bit and see what else we can find. Now, you can see these other objects right here. What I did was, went like this, to bring out more of this down here. There's something right there. You see where it's got this piece right here. This piece is going like this. Whatever this thing looks like, it almost looks like a little craft or something with windows in it. Check that out. See it? Object right here. And again, I showed you that what looks like that little base type thing sticking up. See that? Go over to the right. This object right here. Again, guys, this doesn't look natural. And I've been saying this for years, like I said. I've been studying everything about the base of Mount Sharp. They're next to the southeast end of Mount Sharp, right? And they claimed that there was a lake bed. What we're seeing here is actual objects. And, of course, there's natural stuff around them, too. But I think this stuff is buried. I think it's exposed. A lot of it's exposed right in front of them. This is the reason why they're looking at this stuff. And they're not just going, we're just going to take pictures of rocks and how pretty they are. Because if you think about it, they're supposed to be studying the gravel, right? They're supposed to be studying and looking for building blocks of life. So why are we looking straight up? I mean, I guess you can look for rocks and, well, not rocks, but mountains and the strata and everything else that's in these hills. I get that. But there's way too much evidence that shows objects that are intelligently made. Now, let's back out here a little bit. I'm just going to throw a filter on there and darken it up a little bit so we can bring this out just a hair bit more. And there we go. I don't know about you guys, but this object right here is crazy. It almost looks like, you know what I thought of? I thought of a car right off the bat. Here's the side windows right here. Front window right here. Almost looks like there's a wheel well right there. But then it kind of, see, I don't know if they try to block this out right here, and this is some kind of the front of it, and then they just block this corner out. Like this is supposed to be like another headlight. I don't know. That's, again, that's what we see here on Earth. So that's the first thing you relate to, right? I'm not saying that's what it is. This could be some kind of weird structure. I don't know. But going back to this, I'm still seeing those features in this thing. It simply makes no sense. It does not look natural. Okay. Let's go over this right here. And you got these, again, you got these 1, 2. And of course, you got these other objects coming down. I don't know what they are. But look at all of this stuff here, guys. Check this out. This is cool. All of this stuff underneath this other object it looks like whatever this thing was right here, and maybe it's broken to pieces or it's just part of something else. I don't know. It's crazy whatever that thing is, right? Here's this other object, or what looks like something buried in the ground. And of course, we got this right here. Now let's make this a hair bit darker. This is the final piece right there. Actually, it wasn't really darker in that spot. But what I do is I try to burn out more of this right here. You can see these objects right here on the side. Check this out. Right here, and some over here, I believe it is. There was something right here. It's real faint. Couldn't really bring it out much, so no big deal. But look at the details in this right here. I'm going to just zoom in a little bit. You see what it looks like this thing here. Right? It has these two small holes. And it's all connected, guys. I believe a lot of this is just debris. And it's stuff laying on the ground. And they're doing their best to camouflage it and hide it into the hillside. So I'm just going to just zoom into this one last time. You guys can have a better look with this. I'm just going to go right into this larger piece here. And I hate to really zoom in, but here's the thing. We want to see it as clear as we can. And being that most of you guys are on phones as well as tablets, the resolution would be far better than, well, not all PCs, because a lot of them are pretty good. Mine's pretty darn good, too. Right there. These objects under this larger piece down here. Okay. This object. And, of course, we got this area right here. I believe this is mechanical. And like I said, I've been saying this for years, like I said, and I'm going to take it to the grave. They're there looking at actual intelligently made objects, and they've been doing this. This is the reason why they have this motive. In fact, I was watching this interview with Neil deGrasse Tyson where he said, the guy was interviewing, and says, so do you think Elon Musk will actually get to Mars? And he says, I don't believe they will, and I don't think they ever will put man on Mars, which I found really bizarre. But he says, well, what would be his motive? He said, if there was gold or diamonds on Mars, I could see the motive. Well, what's NASA's motive? Think about that. What's their motive? Well, they're just researching, trying to see if there was any kind of, there could have been life forms on Mars. They knew this right from the word go, and of course this is debatable among scientists, where they said back in 1975, where they had the Viking lander, it had already tested the soil and found that there was microbial life at one point. Now, does that mean intelligent life? No. But judging by the stuff we're seeing in these photos, I want to say absolutely they're there for much more than any kind of microbial life. And I believe there's still microbial life as well as macro life. Anything that's got to do with trees, grass, whatever it may be, I believe that's on Mars. And I also believe that there was much more than that. People like ourselves. Again, I believe that we might, even at one point, might have been coexisting on two planets, and one just happened to take a hit. Or this was simply a civilization that was very similar to us. This is the reason why we see a lot of similar things to what we have. And when they came here years ago, they started life here, and here we are. Again, you guys let me know what you think, because I'm always curious to see what you guys see, and, and what your thoughts are. So drop them down below. And don't forget to like and definitely share the video. Always appreciate it. You guys know that. My apologies for this thing being late. It should have been out Friday. But, these things happen. Life gets in the way, right? It is what it is. All right, guys. I also have some more moon ones coming up as well as more Mars. So stay tuned for that. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Always appreciated. And I'll see you on the flip side.